Hey gamers, it's Phoenix, and tonight we're going to try and finish up Hellblade. Drop a comment, say hi, let me know how the stream sounds. Hi Barcode, how are you tonight? Hi Destroyer, how are you tonight? Welcome to the stream, guys. So just to let everyone know, there is a warning that comes with this game that if you have epilepsy, psychosis, or any other medical condition that can be affected by things like strobing lights or disorienting images and sounds, definitely don't want to watch this game or play this game. So just to let you know ahead of time. Hi James C. Hi Spiker. Hi, I can't... Is that a symbol? What is that? Welcome to the live stream, guys. Drop an emoji, everyone. Let me know how you're feeling tonight. We're gonna go ahead and get started. I gotta figure out where this last piece is to the bridge, is where I left off last night, so that I can get into the gate to Hell to fight Hela, who is the goddess who rules the underworld. So hopefully it doesn't take me too long to figure it out. I was so tempted to Google it and look it up on YouTube, but I'm not going to cheat, so let's see. What do we got? Okay, so I got that one piece right there. And, okay. How we get going here. Try and figure out. It sucks because like I can see the pieces, but I can't figure out how to get where I need to be to get them to fit in place. They're all right there. So let's see. There's no doorway. Sometimes doorways appear in this game like they won't be there, and then when you come back they'll be there. But that doesn't seem to be occurring in this case. So I'm not quite sure. See, like, you see all the blurriness right here? I should be able to, like, put that last piece of the bridge together. But I can't. It's not the right angle. So there's got to be some way. Some way. I already did this one, though. It's got to be over there. How do I get all the way over there? There's usually entrances and stuff, but I'm not finding any. So we already got that. See, I can't open the door. Hey, can we date? You're looking kind of cute. Well, I'm pretty sure my boyfriend would object to that. So, that's gonna be a no. Sorry. But thank you for the compliment. Hi, Grove. Hi, Execution. Okay. You guys see these pieces here? From what I can tell, I should be looking at them from where? I already tried over there. Can't get over there. Can't get to that one. I already did that one. Been over to those areas. See, like there's nowhere that lines up with them that I can get to. Wait. You hear that? Oh, there's the door. Okay. How do I get to the door? Yay! Found a door. Where's the door at? Is this the door over here? This is the door over here. Oh boy. Okay, what am I getting myself into now? It's always something, isn't it?
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash. Trolls will walk the land. Men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
I've got one more letter to find. I'm gonna drop new album, so I'm tied up. Love you, JK. Both take care. Awesome, Joe. You have fun listening to Eminem. She's not my girlfriend. She's JK's girlfriend. Yeah, me and Adidas' girlfriend, or he's my boyfriend, however you decide to look at it. Either way. You guys can get along now. There's no reason to fight. Not sure why I opened that. Maybe just because it's faster. Who knows? Up the stairs we go. Hopefully I can get these last pieces of the bridge and go fight Hela. I'm not sure how many hallways there are between here and there, but supposedly there's not too much. Ooh, where am I? There's gonna be... Wait, oh shit! Oh no! There's two of them. They're gonna ram me to death.
She won't make it.
Oh no. Can't do anything with the shadow guys. Woo! Come on. Hate these shadow guys. Come on. Oh no. wasn't that bad. It's been way worse throughout this game, so. Hi, Dee. How are you tonight, hon? Grove, no, we cannot have sex. Sorry. Y'all need to get some bigger dicks or something, really. No balls. Be talking shit like that to females. Alright, back down we go. Did I get the entire bridge? I didn't even see. Alright. Here, James. We're gonna promote you to mod. Hi, Deuce. Now. Wait a minute. Back to the game we go. If y'all can't behave, like, seriously, I don't put up with shit on my channel. So, just letting you know. Behave or be gone. That's the rule. Okay. Onto the bridge we go. Wait, not this way. Back down. Do you think she's right behind the door, or do you think there's gonna be a hallway? What's your vote, guys? Damn shield, guys. Compared to me. Jeez. Next.
Go. Run away.
No, not running away. Go after the big guy. That's the one that you need to kill first. Oh, jeez.
She's got her sword. Hey, let's go. Attack! Behind you.
they're everywhere. What the fuck? Holy shit. No, we're not gonna die. Jeez. Come on. Hit him. Oh shit. There's so many. Come on. Get up.
She's injured. She's behind you. Defend yourself. Nobody cares.
Come on.
Get out of the way.
Jeez.
It's not over. It's not over.
Oh, I died. Hi, Queens. Hi, babe. How are you guys? Hi, Ice Water. Alright, I'm prepared to get my ass kicked again. Ugh. Okay. Jeez. Already? Stupid shit, guys.
Behind you.
Yeah, I got it.
Get up quick.
Oh, come on.
She's hurt.
Can't die that fast. Oh, I died fast that time. No, you're fine, James. Every time. I hate that stupid shield. Stub it! Kick first. Come on. Jeez.
Quickly get up.
Did they get tougher?
She's injured. She's not gonna make it.
Die. This shit. Oh no. No! I hate these guys! Ugh. They should not be able to do that. Like, there's no way to avoid it or anything. You can't run away from it. You're just gonna take the hit and hope you don't die.
She won't make it.
Come on. Hit him.
Stop. She will die. Stop. Take it down. Behind you.
I'm jumping away. Oh, really?
She's here. The path to Hela. We can sense her.
Oh boy.
She's getting closer to Hela. She's going to die. I'm scared. Wait. What happens when she dies? What happens to me when she dies? I don't want to die.
The voices just realized they can die.
Wait. What? What happens when she dies?
Oh
What
boy.
happens to us? What happens to us? We die too. Do we die too? We die too. I don't want to die.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
I don't want to die. We don't want to die. I don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Stop her. Why is she going? Stop. Senua, stop. What happens to us? Why won't she stop? To die, she won't stop. 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 I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone.
I don't want to die. Please stop.
Final challenge.
Please stop. 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 You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them. They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
Oh boy. At least I can run now.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not
Oh, I didn't get all the
quite like
letters.
that.
What does that mean?
It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape. This is her hell.
Obviously. Hi Craig, welcome to the stream. Is that her mother?
Don't be like this. Turn away, Senua. Turn away, Senua!
You see it, Senua? You see the darkness, faces of fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
Daddy was an asshole.
This is the will of the gods.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you! And so you killed her!
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her! You killed her! You are the darkness!
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw your last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me! Ah!
She recuperates faster. Ah, that charger.
Watch out.
This guy. Can't get away from him. Come on. You can do this. Let's go, let's go. So close. Come on.
I can see through your darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Where'd she go? This way?
Look at you. Running forward, moving backwards to wallow in your miserable past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How will you save him?
He's here. I know he's here.
Look at her. She's almost covered in rot.
Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
What? This is a new guy. Who's this guy? Wait, is that the fire god? I'm fighting the fire god again? Bird. It's a shadow of them. It's Balraven. Balraven was hard too. Because he does that thing. Come on, get him. Oh my god, they're all three here. What the hell? No.
Watch out. Behind you.
Shadow Beast is harder than the actual beast. Fire God again. How many times I gotta fight these guys?
again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now. I'm warning you.
Or what? What can he do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
Oh boy.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed the gods in search of Dillion, in search of love. Look where that's got you.
Seriously? There are way too many. Oh my god. Come on, girl, don't give up.
Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
No! No, 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 no!
Let go of your
Not happening.
You're killing yourself.
No! Oh. Seriously? That's part of the game? You have to die? Well, she took my sword.
You're alive. And there's no doubt. Then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dillion. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know it. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release him.
Yeah, she's pretty messed up. I wonder if that's what part 2 is the Battle of Ragnarok.
But if you won't, you will have to kill me. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate. No quest. Nothing. You will have no power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from that darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day, a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again. This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness.
It's hard to tell how mixed up you feel, hoping what you need is behind every
That was
door.
super sad.
Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change, 'cause everyone has hopes. You're human after all. The feeling
And kind of confusing. Anyone else confused by that ending?
The feeling as though you never belong. This feeling is not sadness. This feeling is not joy. I truly understand.
I am excited to see part 2, which is coming out on the new Xbox console.
Please don't go.
Exclusive, I think.
I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying
Well,
to change you.
Let's see.
Being
played-
like you are, well, this is something else.
Played about 9 hours plus this, however long this one is.
Lay claim divine purpose blesses them. That's not what I believe. And
So it's kind of a quick game, kind of not.
A part of your
Not as
soul
fast as
ties
like
you to
Little
the
Nightmares
next world,
was.
or maybe to the last, but I'm still not sure. But what I do know is to us the world is different as we are to the world. I guess you would know.
Hi, Jason. Just finished the finale of Hellblade.
Don't go. I want you to stay.
Super sad. Recommend watching it back.
Please don't leave here.
Once I got the bridge put together, it went pretty fast.
All the hurt that you feel, the world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Oh, please don't leave here. I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you
What do we do now? Well, I'm not quite sure. Probably end the stream for tonight after all the credits and stuff. Maybe talk for a couple minutes. But this will be a short stream. Second one is Xbox exclusive. Yeah, it's supposed to be on the new console.
Please don't go. I want you to stay.
So in my next stream, I'll either play some GTA or start a new game. Haven't decided yet. Hi Tony, how are you tonight?
Trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please.
It was a really good game.
Please don't leave here. I don't want you.
Definitely gonna have to do a review video. Maybe upload it later this week. So I'm gonna have to download all the parts and go through them. So it's 9 hours of footage to sift through. Dead by Daylight. Yeah, that looks like an interesting game. I'll probably have to try it at least. I'm not sure if I like it or not. I know I've been watching a couple people playing it. It looks pretty interesting. So I like storylines and I don't know. This was a really good game though. I really love this game. And like the videos, watching back the videos, like you can't, it isn't even as good as the actual experience of playing it. Evil Within. I'll have to add that to my list of games to choose from. I was super surprised though at that ending. Like, that was not what I was expecting. The ending. Hold on, this is too loud. Turn that down a little bit so it's not so distracting. There we go. Will you consider getting Rainbow Six Siege? It goes free at the end of every season. Maybe. I'll have to watch some videos on it. I know I'm not big on like shooter games and stuff. Hey, got that Twitter notification from Adidas. Oh, did he post it on Twitter? I just finished the finale, so it was really good. Kind of unexpected. Like I kind of expected some of it, but it was different from what I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna have to like spend some time trying to analyze it and figure it out. Cause like that's my favorite part of this whole game, besides the fact that you're experiencing things as her. Like I caught myself throughout the game saying things that like she would be saying, like, oh, I don't want to do that. Like, yeah. It like sucks you into it, but I forgot what I was saying now. There's some more coffee. But yeah, very good game. Definitely gonna do a review video later this week. I'll post some of the highlights and my analysis. Because yeah, I'm like big on psychology oriented things, so this game was like something I've been wanting to play for a long time. And I really can't wait for part 2. Definitely can't wait for part 2. I wish it was out right now. So what's this? Hellblade feature. We recommend watching
Stormy
after.
seas and lost souls.
Who is it?
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming. Is it?
What is this?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each
This is
one
just
of us
like a
is always
preview.
dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through our eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Are we gonna get like a behind the
Hellblade:
scenes?
Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
This would be a fun
Zenos
cosplay
daughter.
to make.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis.
This is really cool with the backstory.
In the late 8th
and
century, the
everything.
first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was gelt, A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was druth, meaning fool, or
Liar.
one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Druth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky, the heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere. Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make
This
a
is
game about a
craziness.
warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness such as psychosis
I wonder if
is
I'm
still
not supposed to
taboo
be
and rarely
watching this
acknowledged
on
in
the
a
live
century of
stream.
cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media. I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject. So we reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead. Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim. And the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here. Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me. I'd love to be involved. It's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua's psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing
Dude, they
voices
did
is
really
an experience that is usually associated with severe
simulating that.
mental illness. And crucially, we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernie Ho provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Can't see how she's going.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with 2 young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal,
it's like behind the
intense,
scenes
emotional
stuff.
experience.
It's really cool.
It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also
That's
crucially
really cool how they
listening to
made
the
the
experts by
voices and
experience.
stuff.
What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far
like,
the
you
best
literally,
representation I've heard
when
of
you
what
have
these experiences
the headphones
are like.
on, it sounds like they're like in your head, around your head. They did a really good job of that.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the vision or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
As we all know, my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper?
I love the music.
I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel
yeah, that drives you crazy. I did like some of the fight scenes, like when the sword glowed blue, it just looked super beautiful.
Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper? I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Feel like this, read like this, I just wanna live that song. I just wanna
kind of like doing acid.
I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper.
To refine our work, we continue to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved
Hi,
so
the
far
coffee
and refining
nerds.
the in-game
Hi, Paul.
representations based on their
Hi,
feedback.
Kevin.
With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day. I met someone who would often see hanging corpses in a room, so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless. Weak, pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations, or not far enough?
Broken.
Right? They put a lot of work into this.
Just like your sword.
Hold on. There we go.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
Everything, everywhere.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game. In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis.
Doesn't really seem crazy
but
throughout
people
the
with
game.
lived experience were keen to emphasize another point,
than the
that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering.
No problem, Kevin. I think
Melina
it's
Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for
game is
Senua over a
just
few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain. As often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us. My hope is that by creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exacerbated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillion sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question, is what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
It's real to her.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near final game. It was a chance to see if the game had
I can check
reflected
it
their
out.
views or if it had misrepresented them.
I know I got a
For
list of
me,
games.
being involved in
to check
especially
out
developing
after
Senua's
this.
character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
Where's her voice?
I was blown away by it today, absolutely blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself, and it feels very authentic.
I think the sound's kind of off on the show. Odyssey.
Hellblade will give people a good experience
That'd
of what
be
it's like to hear
interesting.
voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory kind of asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
I think all the way through I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I don't like that.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use
Images
the
aren't
power of
aligning
something like
with
a
their
video game
talking.
to change
That's
people's
bothersome.
perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to
Hi,
make some of the
Anna.
stigma around voice hearing
Welcome
and
to
other
the stream.
experiences
How are you
go
tonight?
away.
Currently, we're watching the behind the scenes from Senua's Sacrifice.
For me, it was really exciting to see
additional
something that
feature
I
on the
explore
game.
scientifically
But we did
being
finish
represented so
the
beautifully in a character who's
battle with
trying
Hela
to penetrate
earlier, the final
mysteries
boss
of the
battle.
environment in which they've been placed, with all
Finished
of
the
this strange
game.
uncertainty and
So if you
noise
wanna watch later and see,
conflicting information
it's
that
really
they're getting.
good.
I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of
that's
seeing.
assuming that it is
And it is
weakness
this spirit
because-
that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
For a lot of cultures, mental illness is seen as spiritual and valuable. Which kind of they kind of touch on that in the game too, because of her experience and like how they treat her because of their spiritual beliefs about mental illness and it being the darkness that's overtaking them. So whereas other cultures sometimes saw it as a gift to be able to see things differently, hearing voices wasn't always thought of as a bad thing. It's interesting. I love it. Anyway, wow, I've only been streaming for like an hour. That's so weird. Right, that's about how long it's been. Because I can't really see. Oh yeah, 1 hour and 20 minutes. It's not too bad. What are the options? You'll have to play it again on higher difficulty. Obviously not for a live stream, but I really do love this game though. It's an amazing game. So yeah, I'm excited for part 2. And I wonder... Hold on a second. Let's go. I don't know if I have it on here or not. My brain is not thinking. Apps. Netflix, Twitch, YouTube. I'll show you guys the trailer for part 2. And then we'll probably end the stream there. But yeah, this is... I love this game. It is like my favorite game ever. I've never loved a game this much. We'll just use YouTube signed out. Let's see. Sorry, I'm kind of a slow typer. There we go.
Special K knows only real strawberries taste this good. You can't fake delicious.
They got a free commercial on my live stream. It's weird because that's a Viking protection symbol. And the Vikings are the people that killed all of her people? So I wonder what that means. Yeah, Kevin, it's currently on Xbox Game Pass. They have it. That was one of the reasons I got Xbox Game Pass, because I was like, ooh, I can get Senua Sacrifice, so. Hi, Jamaican Gamer. Welcome to the stream. Hi, Bingo, the bull. Thank you for the like. So yeah, and the band that sings it is pretty interesting. I've been like listening to them. These guys here, what are they called? Hailung? They're really good. I like them. So, but the trailer's super interesting, and like the graphics on it has got like everybody debating on what the Xbox is going to be like, because it's supposed to be only on Xbox. So we'll have to see. But yeah, it was a great trailer. So I'm probably gonna go through all my footage of the game and upload a review video with some of the highlights and discussing my ideas and opinions on the game later this week. And I'll start looking at some new games to start. Maybe we'll play some GTA before that. We'll see. Depends on how the week goes. But that's about all I got tonight, guys. Yeah, me neither. I can't wait. Like, usually I don't buy consoles until they've been out for at least a year, because I want to wait and see. Because there's always, like, they come out with a second gen version of it every time. So I always wait, but I don't want to wait. I want to get it right away and play the game right away. So, but anyway, I'm gonna get off for the night and work on those ideas that I was telling you guys about, and work on finding a new game. And I will see you next time. Thank you, Kevin. You have a good night, hon. Alright. I'm out, guys. You all have a good night, okay? Love y'all. Bye.